Hello and welcome back to my update diaries. Last time we went over the unskippable cutscene that was 1.0 and now we are in 1.1. The new stuff in this update consists of one entire object, that being the mirror portal. We don't have anything else new, so let's get started talking about the levels. This is my update diary for 1.1. Now, despite the small amount of new stuff, 1.1 somehow manages to have probably the most consistently fun selection of levels out of any update. The quantity of levels is exactly double that of 1.0 at 26. Granted, this definitely helps with the overall quality because less levels means less opportunities to fuck up, but yeah, you get it. We also get to see two new difficulties. We finally get our first hard levels and auto levels. Still no insanes though, and no easy. It's also here that we start to see some of the most famous old creators start out. Darnock returns with 8 entire levels. This means that the percentage of the update occupied by purely Darnock remains the same as in 1.0, as there he occupied 4 of the 13 slots and here 8 of the 26. Now, before getting into the levels, I need to talk about something. The 4 1.0 Darnock levels are on the real Darnock, but the 8 1.1 Darnock levels are not. They're on his unregistered account, Darnock 2, the same one that has To the Grave. Now, I'd like to ask a question. What is the purpose of Darnock 2? It's not his phone account, that's more than likely just the real Darnock, but it's not his BlueStacks account either, because that one's named Darnock Blue, as that's the account that TimeStream is on, which is a level that he built entirely on stream back in 2014. It would make sense that Darnock got a new phone after 1.1, but then why are the 1.0 levels on a different account? That just doesn't make sense. Anyway, those levels are pretty good. Something that remains consistent throughout all of 1.1, even with the new creators, is that they're just better 1.0 levels with actual structuring, more creative gameplay, and even the occasional deco. While close to none of the levels are anything special on their own, the fact that they're all just good is really nice. Anyway, new creators. Jax makes his debut at the very beginning of the update. Oh yeah, is the very first rate of 1.1. It's not his only level that we get here. We get 4 Jax levels here, in fact. I won't talk about them much because I already have a creator review where I talk about all of his levels in more detail, so here's this instead. Auto play area is not the first ever rated auto. The ID of auto play area is 3150, while best automatic level by Maddie has an ID of 2655. That's a little piece of GD trivia right there, and that's also about it for Jax. Next up, Cody has 5 rated levels in this update, creatively named 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, while I'm not the biggest fan of Cody, I think his gameplay is pretty eh. I can't really say that these levels are bad because they're not. They're perfectly serviceable and nothing offensive. Now, as a little honorable mention before the final creator I want to talk about, I want to mention for Flappinder a bit. This guy created the V2 trend. He has 3 rates in this update and they're also quite good. That's about it for him. It just shows that this is the update for traditional RobTop style levels. Also, that's a funny spelling of Stereo Madness. Anyway, the last famous creator for 1.1 is Partition. He only made 1 level in this update, that being Mystic Porter. Mystic Porter is probably the weirdest 1.1 level. It has so much weird structuring and gameplay. For an update where almost everything else is a completely traditional RobTop style level, this is a hell of a curveball. And that's about it. Overall, this is probably the most solid level set we are going to get. Of the 26 levels, 21 of them were made by the people that I just talked about, all of which made sound levels, and of the 5 left, 4 of them are auto and 1 of them is a 3-star. I think that says enough. Just like with the 1.0 video, I'll leave the list ID with all of these levels in the description if anyone wants to try them. That's about it. I'll see you on 1.2.